Hello everyone, it's your boy NoukonNeko, your perfect virtual VLAN friend, a purveyor of good vibes. So today, we're here to play some
This is a
Genshin
day in
Impact.
the life of the traveler. I'm learning more about you all the time.
Just making sure the audio sounds good. I think it sounds very quiet right now, but it could be because of where we're at. Background's really low. Actually, let me check the sound really quick. Should be kind of normal here. Let me do this. Okay, I think it should be fine. Oof, okay, so yeah, let's see. Where are we? Last few streams we did Holocure, we did some Hogwarts Legacy, and now we're here back on Genshin. And I think there's a new event going on right now called Vibro-Crystal Verfication, and that's kind of the main focus for today. But I don't imagine it taking too long, and I think it's pretty short. And if that's the case, I'll be doing some character stories, right? Kind of focusing on these that I have not touched yet. Well, actually, I done some of Nilu's so far. Maybe some of Sinnoh's. I haven't touched I Hate the Mardea, and I'm hoping that I can at least get one of them done, if not two. I think since I'm midway through Nilu's, I shouldn't be too far away from finishing that today. But yeah, it really depends on where the event is, short or not. So yeah, let's go ahead and dig right into it.
How greedy of me.
Good that it sounds good on your end over there. Okay, yeah. Let's see, so where do I need to go to start this event? Is probably the big question. Oh, I haven't been around in this area for a while. It's like right above the chasm. Sneak over there. Yeah, I was talking in chat earlier. I'm still trying to get used to daylight savings. Feel like I don't wake up at times I would want to wake up. And times that I should be awake, I'm kind of feeling sleepy sometimes. But yeah, still trying to get a hang of it. Oh. We don't know your name. Are you a new person we never met before? This just doesn't qualify as a reproducible experiment at all. Not that I don't want to help you, Patrice. Seriously, good luck to you here. Talk to himself. There's nothing I can do here. Might as well find something to eat. Yes, maybe some bamboo shoot soup might do. Well, then you're pretty far from any place you can get water some, mister. That's true. You would have to be somewhere in leeway to get bamboo shoot. That's true. That's true. Wait, who are you? Why are you here in this Archon forsaken place? Suspicious. I mean, if anything, we're more suspicious of you. Yeah. Eh? Is it really that suspicious? Yeah, where did you appear from anyway, Paimon? You know, that's a really good question. What are you saying? We came here together, didn't we? Grr. There's gonna be something Paimon's gonna say in response. That's right. We are very suspicious indeed, but as some guy from Fontaine, isn't your presence here even more suspicious? I feel like my voice is kind of a bit weird today, but okay. Huh. Is that how I appear to others? Well, you are from Fontaine. Is Fontaine a suspicious place? Not like, if it was like, you know, from the Fatui, then it would be pretty suspicious. Fontaine? That's right. The two of us are adventurers. So it's at least kind of normal for us to be here. But you're definitely a strange sight to see. I mean, that's true. We don't see much Fontaine people. Well, that does make some sense. Well met then. NoukonNeko the adventure, and might I say your name, Flying Fairy? Oh, I have your name. Say your name, what? Paimon! It's Paimon! Fair enough. Then I too shall introduce myself. I am Anatole, an engineer from Fontaine Research Institute. Shall be playing with you. I'm here at the behest of my superiors at the Institute to conduct some research into Leeway Cuisine. Heh. Leeway Cuisine is interesting, but I fear not. The Institute is an organization dedicated to the study of the machines and energy, though I do wish that we would have some gourmet department. That would be a capital notion. Well, I'm getting off topic. The sum of the matter is that I have a colleague who entered the Institute at the same time as me and has been researching minerals and elemental energy. If you've been around these parts, you might have met him. His name is Patrice. That ring any bell? I don't. Yeah, not really. I don't remember if I met him before. It's been so long that I have not remembered him. I can't remember. Sigh, Patrice. According to his research direction, he would need a large and specialized batch of minerals from Leeway. But due to some budget and test size funding issue, along with other well-publicized reasons, so he couldn't conduct the experiment then. That's right. One day he took all the remaining funds and experimental equipment and vanished. Everyone said that he finally got tired of the Institute and upped and left with the Mora. I must say, I always believed that he could finish his experiments, but I never stooped to gossiping behind his back, unlike some people with nothing better to do but talk behind others' backs. Cough. In any case, he finally returned alive, and well, a while ago with the experiment results to boot. Truly the pioneering spirit of the researcher's life within him. According to him, he went to Leeway directly and set his experiment up here. And after overcoming various unimaginable tough obstacles, finally finished his research project. Well, isn't that great? Yeah, sure sounds like it, but what does that all have to do with you, by the way? Well, it's complicated. As I said before, things played out quite unfortunately. His experiences here were, in fact, an illegal act. Not that I don't understand, though if he had to follow normal procedures, he would have been filing out application forms and official statements for half a month and then some. Of course, there was no one that could verify the experimental procedure, and the data he produced was overly detailed and incomplete. To quote the review document verbatim, it is almost as if it was simply spun out of thin air. Trees insisted over and over that the data's completelessness was due to the invaluable aid of the local Adventurers Guild. Was that me who helped them before? But the people upstairs weren't going to believe that, and so according to regulations, someone must reproduce the experiment to verify the data he obtained. So you mean some unlucky soul will have to come over here from Fontaine to do his experiment again, right? And who's that unlucky duck? Who it is, I wonder. Aha, well, it's me. I am your unlucky duck. Patrice is a good fellow, so I did, in fact, want to help him. But I don't realize how I got here. Through the minerals we need are easy to find. It is basically impossible to do this experiment by oneself. Wait, but why? Patrice did his experiment by himself, so I have to as well. I think that was their idea. Anyway, this organization can be blown sky high for all I care. Sky high? Huh. The Institute was once rocked by a massive explosion during a particularly catastrophic experimental failure. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, the explosion did not take the strange and redundant process and overly complicated management system with it, and they returned new and improved. So I forget the data verification experiment, and even if I don't use the allocated funds, it will only go towards a futile lightening of next year's budget. Lightening. I might as well go to Leeway and have a good meal. Cool. So, no wonder you were rambling about Bamboo Shoot earlier. But if you could leave now, what about Patrice's research? Haven't met you, NoukonNeko, the adventurer, and Paimon. I would have already given up by now. Could you help me finish the experiment and get the verification I need? I can see that is beyond your abilities. That is not beyond your abilities. As for your remuneration, if we exclude travel expenses, we should still have 30% of the total funds left. Well, it's not really about the Mora. It is, NoukonNeko. Well, fine, we'll do it for Patrice. No, technically I don't know who this person or remember who this person is. I wouldn't even say that. But, I'll do it if I get your share too, Paimon. Eh? Come on, don't be petty. That's not what Paimon was talking about. Half. We'll help. Don't you worry, but we'll be taking that fee. Thank you both so much. Alright then, allow me to go through the content of the experiment. We can judge the records Patrice left us for us that there exist minerals known as Vibro-Crystals. Then the transmitter crystal when the transmitter crystal half of the Vibro-Crystal set has been stimulated in a certain way, it will release a certain energy that will trigger a resonance that will, with the receiver crystal half. This association is referred as harmonics. Sounds familiar. Seems that these harmonics can produce a certain energy and some sort of resonance that will affect some specific targets. Anatole, have you really read his notes before? It's about right anyway. These invented terms are just window dressing anyway. When it comes to experiments, only the data will never lie. In summation, you will have to engage in combat within the experimental area while under the effects of the Vibro-Crystals. Can you do that for me? Well, could have said that sooner, you know. Noukon is really strong, so he'll be fine. Yeah, leave it to me. All right, then let us begin as soon as possible. It's just Sai. Eh? What are you doing silent like that again? Bamboo shoot soup. We'll start dwelling on it already. Ugh. Vibro-Crystal event. It's like a lot of the combat events, right? Oh, there's actually... Oh, we did this before. Just pretty much playing around with buffs and fighting a bunch of enemies in that area with those buffs. And I think I can even beat them without the buffs, but to give it to you, you might as well use it. Looks like only half of it's out today, so I would do that half. And I don't know. Well, I totally could do this few days. I probably could do that on a Sunday, huh? Yeah, I get the rest of half of our Sunday. And probably get like Spiral Abyss or a character story done that day as well. But let's start with the first one. Onyx. Transmission will be triggered after a character triggers Vaporize. I gotta pick one. But I don't usually use Vaporize. Transmission will trigger after a character deals pyro damage. I don't use pyro either. Transmission will be triggered after a character use elemental skill. That's a lot easier for me to use. And then blazing receiver effect. You will gain 2.5 stacks of the effect. Pyro dam. Nope. Strike receiver. Your character's charge attack is increased. Don't you use charge attack? Oh, actually, Yaka kind of does. What's the last one though? Character's attack will be increased. That is a little bit more easy to kind of handle. We'll go with that. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, so I could pair it all up. Leave it like that for now. Though I only would use like only 2/3 of the buffs. Yeah, they do give you some power characters to play around with. But technically, I don't really need to use them. And technically, I think my characters are stronger than them too. Yeah, Pyros is kind of like my characters. It's kind of my weakness in my team, right? I don't have very good pyro characters. I could work on it a bit better, but I've been going on for a while without relying on that, and I probably can continue doing so without it. But so let's see if I can actually do this without them. There's 2 halves, so it's almost like Spiral Abyss. And now stick with the Elan team or Eula team up in the top. It's probably easy enough that can you put you there and then Kazuha? Probably. Okay, for next half. Is it different harmonics? Vaporize, plunging. It seems mostly the same. Has most the same. Should I put Van See up here. I feel like I tend to use like hyperfridge comp for very difficult content, but I don't think this is difficult. So I'll probably not do it this time. I'll just stick with the standard crowd control methods using animal and my default freeze comp. Where's Venti? Right there. Okay, and we'll go right in. Vaporize. It'll be funny. I'm pretty sure we're gonna be finding lots of like hydro enemies. I actually could have looked at enemies and forgot to, but it's okay. We don't need to worry about that. Oh wait. This is like too easy. This is not right. I think I could up the difficulty. Wait, hold on. Let me go back out. There's no way that they wouldn't offer, you know, more difficulty options. Hopefully it keeps my teams though. Yeah, I thought so. Okay, there you go. Extreme. We're going with the highest difficulty. My teams. So we're good to go. Okay.
Shine down.
Okay, now we can play a little bit like not so, you know,
one with nature.
very little effort.
Beg for mercy. Crush.
Yeah, at least I could put a little bit more effort.
The wind knows.
Do not grab anybody. These guys can't be pulled.
One with nature.
Oh, you can pull them.
You blame. Beg for mercy. Flood of frost. I condemn you.
That was weird. There's a boar right there.
Shine down.
Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds call. One with nature.
Stay put. Illusion shattered. Now you shall perish. There is no escape. Don't be scared.
Better throw you off first before I swirl our bags together. I'm just kind of used to doing like a clockwise kind of motion when switching characters.
Shudder. Shine down.
Ouch.
One with nature. Clouds high.
Actually, it doesn't hurt that much when I think about it.
Knows me.
Illusion shattered. Beg for mercy. Vengeance will be mine. Eye for an eye.
Oh, I just realized I'm probably attacking them throughout this whole time, right? Like, as in, are they like unlimited like, spawning? Is there like a limit? Oh boy. He's gone.
Stay put.
One with nature. One with
Yeah, I think it goes a huge circle
the wind knows.
ads.
Time to go.
Shudder. There is
Okay, next half.
shaken and stirred. Snatched it. Look at you, Boomtail. Yahoo! Time for takeoff. Busted. Game's up. Fun's over. Whirling snow.
Oh, it's just like single enemies.
Yeah.
I just kind of wasted here if I'm just fighting a little bit of them like this.
Shaken and stirred. Snatched. Can't handle your dirt. Gotcha. Here comes the catch.
Oh, there you go. There's another enemy over there.
You can get away.
I should actually switch the other team over here instead. what I get for not paying attention to what elements they are currently using. And it probably doesn't help that I'm using a just a
My apologies.
freeze comp. Freeze comp doesn't really do so well against cryo enemies.
Quietly now.
Time for takeoff. I'm a rock. Shake your hands.
To do that. You.
Gotcha.
I think as long as you beat. Oh no, there's more enemies like this.
Take flight.
Okay. One. Okay. And switch.
Shake your hamster. Look at you.
Busted.
Yahoo! Think you can get away?
Game's up. Fun's over.
Whirling snow. Ha! Sakura swirl.
Got these guys up here at the corner of that just hiding.
Yeah! Can't handle your drink. Here we go. Time for takeoff.
Gotcha. Here comes the catch.
Take flight.
I actually forgotten how to kind of use his team a little bit. Try to make some adjustments along the way.
My
The gold. Question is whether that's enough to get the full reward amount. How much did I actually have to do? Especially when I didn't do it like the way they want me to do it. Let's see. Oop. Preview? Oh, I just need 2,000 points. I have like literally double the points. Okay. See? Didn't even need to use pyro characters. Okay. Next one. Let's take a look at the harmonics. Trigger after doing animal swirl, so they just wanted to make sure you use a lot of wind. This one. Roll attacks. The bottom one. The attack. I just do it this way. I feel like it really doesn't matter. I wonder if like people who are a bit more weaker, or this really matters to them. Hello, Mr. Frag. Remember me? I actually don't remember. It's must been a long time since we last saw each other. Like, what game was I playing when you were in my chat? Was it Genshin or was it a different game? Oh, it's cool that that this guy's here. Oh, it is Genshin. So yeah, if you appear in Genshin chats, then yeah, it's kind of rare, right? I kind of do Genshin like 1 or 2 times per week, so it's almost like on a weekly basis. But definitely, if you appear like at least twice a week, I probably remember. And then sometimes people are in my chat or like watching me, but don't really say anything in my chat, and I would not remember them too well. But yeah, must have been quite a while. Okay, so let's see. I set up the buffs, but I forgot to set the characters. I pretty much use the exact same team, but let's how do you view? There you go. I want to see the enemies. The lectures at the top. And a bunch of treasure hoarders at the bottom. So we'll put the Eula team on the bottom, and we'll put the Ayaka team on the top. Yeah, this time I'm a bit more wiser. Even though it doesn't matter, I think it could be a little more efficient. Diona and Venti. Then for the other team, Regular Raiden. Yao Yao. Kazuha. For the harmonics, I'm just gonna do like this. Oops. Wait a minute. Oh, I can put it onto one buff. Didn't know this. I mean, I do have quite a bit of animal. Go all animal, how about that? Let's go ahead and switch to this one. My animal characters are pretty strong. Oops. In cases where you don't have the right animal character and stuff like that, then you can pick the other buff. But for me, both Venti and Kaza are really strong. First half, you pick Zhao, Raiden, Zhongli, and Yoimiya. Yeah, I mean, technically, majority of those characters are fine. I think Raiden might be a bit troubling with, the electric slime, but everything else should be fine. I guess maybe... Yeah, I think mostly fine. Zhao is a very strong, animal character. But yeah, the bottom one doesn't really matter. Right, let's go ahead and start. Hopefully I did the right difficulty. Everybody remembers the difficulty, right? If I'm one-hitting things, then it's probably the wrong difficulty. Oh yeah, it's the right difficulty. Okay, and makes you go all up right there. Yeah, like how using Venti and Elan works, because most characters will have trouble working with Venti when they're kind of in the air.
Let's play. Time for takeoff.
For Elan, she can still string them and also shoot them when they're in the air.
Take flight.
Just gonna throw this out too. Might as well. Not that as needed. Let's go ahead and do the next rotation.
Look at you, Boozer. Yahoo! Think you can get away?
Look at Venti is trying to look at the nearest enemy
About to get dicey.
and have it look where Diona's shield is. I'm gonna throw this out.
Unthinkable.
Ouch. Ouch. If anything, that doesn't hurt, but it's annoying. Getting pushed around. Say that, but I'm constantly on the end of Venti's burst.
My apologies.
Okay, you gotta play some Genshin. I need them wishes. Yeah, good luck. Going gathering resources for the gacha.
Think you can bully me? Shake and stir. Can't handle you. Let's play. Think you can get away?
Quietly now. Here comes the catch.
Take flight. Kamisato art. Sumetsu.
Okay. Well, we'll say there's a lot more enemies in here than in the Spiral Abyss.
Look at you. Brace yourselves. Time for takeoff.
Busted. Things are about to get dicey.
Whirling snow.
And since you only need 2,000 points, if you at least hit
Sakura swirl.
1,000, then you already did the minimum requirement. Anything afterwards is pretty much just extra.
Can't handle your drink.
What you got? Another test subject.
Oh yeah. Oh, I need to do this first. There you go. And now I can use Kazuha.
Follow me. Adorn my night. Into the wind.
Oh, they're Hydro, aren't they?
Another test subject.
Crush. Freeze to the core.
Don't know what just happened right there. That thing was weird.
Well,
Illusion shattered. One with nature.
One person.
The birds call.
now you shall perish.
There is no escape.
Hey, yeah.
Fine. The wind knows me. As one with wind and cloud. One with nature.
Yeah, Kazuha is just doing a lot of work right now.
Beg for mercy. Flood of frost.
There's some hydro somewhere. I'll take it.
Crush. There is
Team is actually really OP right now for this particular like event.
The wind knows me. Clouds high. The birds call.
Inazuma shines eternal.
Following orders. Following orders.
Shine down.
Lucky today.
Need to remember to put Yayo out.
One with nature. As one with wind and cloud. Into the wind.
Beg for mercy. Vengeance will be mine. Rack and ruin.
Think about it. This team really likes to spin quite a bit, right?
Shudder.
Kazuha with the spinning, Gila with the spinning, maybe just half of it, really.
Some target. There is no escape.
Raiden doesn't really spin so much. Or does Yao.
Now you shall perish.
Lucky today.
Yeah, this team definitely outdid the Yaka team.
Following orders.
New punching bag.
The wind knows me. Clouds high. The birds call.
I think that's mainly because of Kazuha. Kazuha's just too strong. Venti is good at like crowd controlling, probably better than Kazuha, but Kazuha just does a lot of damage. A lot more damage than Venti can. Wait. I think I hit retry, but I think I need to retry, right? Oops. Wanted to get to the store. There you go. Just to make sure. Okay, one more to go. Then we'll be caught up with an event. Thing over here. Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Okay, so what's this about? Well, technically, I think the title kind of gives the idea, right? Heat is for fire, pyro, winds for animal, warmth. Doesn't exactly tell me. Huh. Well, vaporize, overloaded, pyro. Is it pyro again? Phonics will probably tell me. Trigger after a character takes damage. Trigger after vaporize, burning, Bergen, pyro. Trigger after character takes on the field. What do they buff though? When you characters elemental damage. Seems very generic. I don't take damage so much. It's not. It's more of which buff I want. Either more crit, more elemental damage, or more burst damage. You can just go for. Oop. I think elemental damage because I have a bit of elemental damage, right? I don't think I need crit so much. I think most of my characters have no crit already. Okay. Oh, Dia's here. Again, I don't really use power so much. Oh, I should probably look at what the enemies are. It's probably a better thing to check. Hydra on top. Okay. So definitely Eula team on the top, for sure. Yow yow. I want to get Mika. Once I get Mika, then he's going to be in Eula's team for sure. He's going to be such a good character for Eula. And then Kazuha for second half. The same thing, right? Wait a minute. I just realized something. Go back. Technically, this team right here, Vizula's team, don't really do elemental damage as much as physical damage as much. Elemental burst. So maybe it's better to go with the bottom for now, for the top one. It could still work with the elemental burst. The bursts on the top teams is already really high. That's kind of overkill. The second half, the elemental damage for this team is probably preferred. Okay, and then Yaga, Yalan, Leona, and Venti.
Shine down. Stay put.
Wind strike.
Forgot.
One with wind and cloud.
Forgot that we switched around the team. I was expecting Venti for some reason.
Crush. Freeze to the core. Eye for an eye. More speed.
Okay. That's about early. Yeah, I figured it'll be still
You're up.
plenty enough to take them out.
Illusion shattered.
Okay,
The wind knows
together.
clouds high. The
Already dead. Before they got to the middle.
into the wind.
Already dead.
Shine down. Stay put.
One with wind and cloud.
Doing the right difficulty, right? Hopefully.
Beg for mercy. Flood of frost.
Not exactly dying by one hit, so it's probably the right difficulty.
One with nature. Clouds high. The birds call.
Yeah, I definitely had enough points, that's for sure.
Shudder. Freeze to the core.
Can't see.
Illusion shattered.
Oh, okay, there you go. No, I don't use Yayu's ult that much, but I'm kind of sad that you have to have her out to use it. Kind of would have been cooler if I could use it and switch, but when you switch, it goes away. Maybe it's just too OP when you actually use Yayo that way.
You're up.
One with nature. Fallen leaves. Adorn my night. The wind knows it.
Illusion shattered. Torn to oblivion. Shine down. Stay put.
Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds call.
I almost have enough points from just the first half alone to get the full rewards, I think.
Vengeance will be mine.
Because this team is just too strong for... Oh, I couldn't beat him fast enough. That would've been cool if I got 2,000 points in one half. Now this team can take it really easy.
Shaken and stirred. Yahoo!
Forgot.
Special special! Yeah!
Oh boy. I don't really need to do this. I don't know why I'm trying. Well, I can do this. Why am I missing? Come on. There you go.
Gotcha! Game's up! Fun's over! My
Oh, did it just spawn over time?
to art! Sumetsu! Ha! Yeah! Ha!
Yeah, I don't really need to send them. I can just take them out like this.
Think you can bully me? Look at you, Foodtail! Here we go!
Actually, I don't think I even use Venti. Venti is good when there's a lot of ads, but that's kind of not what's going on here, right?
Yeah! Yeah! Ha! Embrace the ice! Yeah! Yeah! Ha! Ta! Ha! Yeah! Ta! Take flight! Snatch!
Ouch.
You can bully me! Ayana special! Busted! Game's up! Fun's over! My apologies! Sakura swirl! Ha!
Funny thing is I have enough points that I can just chill, but I mean,
Yeah!
better probably doing things rather than just sitting around anyways.
Yeah! Snatch! Shake it and stir! Look at you! Gotcha! Here comes the cash! Take flight!
Venti's pretty much useless here. Can't even pull them. Oh wow, I didn't think I could just knock that one down like that.
Game's up. Fun's over. Whirling snow. Yeah. Kamisato art. Sumetsu. Yeah.
3,000 points. Yeah, I think the Eula Ryan team just has a lot of DPS power. Yaku teams tends to have a little bit more defensive, a bit more balance. They could survive through a lot more difficult content.
Excellency. What is she trying to communicate?
Okay, but anyways, probably means I am done with the event for today. I have to wait a couple of days before I can finish the rest of it. Can now continue with Nilu's character story. Have plenty of time. Claim. Might as well use those keys for something. Whoa. Unlock. Oops. Oops. You know, I probably should unlock Farazan. It's funny because she's the one character I kind of forgot about existed. Fuck. More about the hangout way later. The hangout, for people who doesn't know, it's all about kind of almost like a dating sim. But yeah, it does give you quite a bit of crystals, but I don't really need it right now. And it's probably going to be really long, especially when I have so many characters lined up. It's a higher priority to do the character story and the arc story than anything else, and the events. So those are like the 3 priorities in the game I've been mainly following. I just haven't had time for exploration of the hangouts. And if anything, the exploration takes priority over the hangouts as well. Okay, where am I? Shows council. This is Nilu's are here. I think we just need to go to the bazaar.
There's a pleasant breeze. and glorious sunshine. So, where shall we go for a walk?
Right there. Trying to remember what happened in Nilu's character story before. So they're trying to arrange an after party.
Paimon's trying to remember. What else did we put on our shopping list?
Yeah, it was an after party, but officials, kind of intervene. Like, no, you don't have authorization to throw a party here. So now we have to break up the party. I think that's where we're at, right?
Oh, what a mouth-watering smell. Paimon would know the aroma of biryani anywhere. Let's go get some.
That wasn't on our list, was it?
We can still add it to the list.
Well,
guess-
if it isn't the Traveler and Paimon. Wasn't expecting to see you here.
Oh,
There. Oh, it's been quite a while.
even though I meant to go do Nilu's quest, I think I got sucked into Dea's quest.
Huh. So you two are still hanging out together. Dia, didn't you say last time that you were gonna head back to the desert?
I said I was going to resign from being her bodyguard, not that our friendship was over. We're still the best of friends.
Oh.
The Halmayanis also still post jobs from time to time. Their pay is always generous, so me and the other mercs never pass them up.
I told Dia to just stay at our place when she took one of those jobs a few days ago. My parents were delighted. They even said that it always felt like we were missing someone whenever Dia wasn't around.
That sounds like something they would say, all right. They're always so welcoming. Anyway, the job is already taken care of, so I was gonna head back to the brigade as soon as I finished a little shopping. But the master kept insisting, and I ended up staying for another day.
You can stay for as many days as you want, Dia. Father hasn't even gotten around to treating you to his best dishes yet.
You know I'm not the kind of person to stay put in one place like that, my lady. Don't worry, though. There'll always be next time.
What? She said they'll treat you to the best dishes! Paimon can't believe you can still refuse that!
Yeah, I think I think Paimon can't refuse, but other people can.
But wait. Didn't you say last time that you would take me on a trip to the desert? Why don't you just take me with you today, when you leave? There are so many places I still haven't visited yet.
That's right. So since she's kind of cured of her illness, she can, kind of travel now, right? Before she was kind of stuck because she was always sick.
I'm sorry, my lady, but no can do. There's still a few things I need to take care of back at the brigade. Besides, the desert hasn't exactly been the most peaceful place lately.
Oh, come on. Not this again. That's also what you said last time and the time before that.
I know, I'm sorry. Just give me some more time, and I promise I'll plan the best trip ever for you.
All right, fine. To be perfectly honest, it's not that I wanted to go, it's more like I feel like something is off about you lately. Ever since you first set foot on the estate a few days ago, you've been acting anxious and even paranoid. Have you been delaying our trip because you've run into some kind of trouble?
Nah, are you kidding? You're worrying too much.
Would you swear on that? Friends shouldn't lie to each other, you know. I wouldn't pry any further if you're willing to swear on what you just said. But if something really is bothering you, then just tell me. You know I'll help you however I can.
Maybe she's just being overprotective.
Oh, looks like Dunyarzad was onto something.
You're too perceptive, my lady. Seems I can't hide anything from you. I just thought that nothing good could come out of telling you about the messy happenings of mercenaries. Knowing too much only leads to more trouble. Mercenary life is a dog-eat-dog world where Mora reigns supreme. Everything operates on a completely different set of rules.
That doesn't change anything about what I just said, though. We're still friends, and I can only support you if I understand what's bothering you.
My lady, You're not gonna stop until you drag it out of me, are ya? All right, I'll share what I know. Let's go somewhere else first. This isn't exactly the best place for a discussion.
Gonna be that deep, huh?
Okay, let's talk here. Just try not to draw any extra attention. As you may already know, the Eremites have both a lot of mercenaries and a complex organizational structure. Many mercs are no different than me, just going around looking for jobs to earn some mora. My brigade is called the Blazing Beasts. We're not a large group, but every member is loyal and brave. However, not all Eremite brigades are like mine. Some are willing to cross all kinds of lines for the sake of mora. The most notorious is a faction known as Deshret's Relics.
Deshret's Relics? Judging from the name, they must really look up to...
King Deshret.
Yep, you got it. I've heard that you've already crossed paths with Ain al-Akmar. They're one of the groups under the Relic's banner.
Oh, you mean the group that tried to sell us the Divine Knowledge Capsule? Yeah, they weren't friendly at all.
Deshret's Relics is composed of many smaller brigades like Ain al-Akmar. The Relic's headquarters issues orders to all brigades under his control. On any other day, I would want nothing to do with them. Unfortunately, though, the brigade that's stirring up trouble now is none other than Dakan al-Akmar.
Dakan?
I think it means beard or something. Believe me, it's a really stupid name. I found it insufferable for years. Anyway, the real issue is that Dakan al-Akmar is led by my father, Kusela.
Say what now?
I think I'm starting to understand your anxiety now. But what did they do?
I won't go into details, my lady, but they've been involved in a lot of violent incidents. We're talking hundreds.
Hundreds?
Yep. The scenes tend to be quite gruesome, too. They strip the victims of all their valuables before murdering them. Not only have they targeted merchant caravans and ordinary citizens, but other mercenary brigades as well.
That's beyond terrible. They won't even spare their own kind.
I don't know how Deshret's Relic sees it. All I do know is that Dakan al-Akmar has become more and more aggressive over the last few years. If I don't do something about them, then even my brigade or the people of Aru village could become their next target. I just wish I knew what's driven him to do this.
Yeah. How can your father do such terrible things?
Good
I
question.
don't know. People change. He's always been pretty pathetic. But at least in the past, there were still a few lines that he wouldn't cross.
That's setting the bar pretty low.
I mean, if he was even remotely decent, then why would I have to leave the brigade and cut all ties with him? He was loud and foolish, with no real sense of purpose. Instead of doing anything useful, he spent most of his time drinking and chasing after women. Of course, the other brigade members were just like him. Their ruckus would go on night after night.
Later, Squaw. Thanks for hanging around.
Sounds like a nightmare.
What about your mother? Did she ever step in to stop them?
Unfortunately, I never knew my mother.
I'm sorry, Dia. I didn't know.
It's all right, my lady. That's pretty common in mercenary circles. Didn't I mention that my father was chasing after women? I was the result of one of those encounters with some random person.
So I guess he isn't much of a family guy.
He told me that he wasn't sure who my mother was. And in any case, she never came to see me. He'd say, "You'll be fine as long as you remember to stick with Dad." But even then, he left most of the parenting to the brigade. The one thing I do remember is that he used to tell me stories. But the problem was that he had terrible taste. He only knew a few stories, and even those tended to be pretty stale. They were tales of desert warriors defeating dragons in the forest, or stories of mercenaries rescuing princesses from rebel armies.
Sounds like your typical fairy tales.
Yeah, it does.
More or less, yeah. They were interesting maybe the first or second time around, but after about 20 repeats, they started to get a little dull. He seemed to think those stories were the best things ever, though. He was so into him that he'd call the whole brigade over and make them perform the whole thing as a play. Even the toys he gave me would all be story props. I'd get helmets, shields, and toy swords. It was only much later when I realized that the shows were more for him than they ever were for me.
What an interesting guy.
Yeah, interesting. It doesn't sound like he had all bad intentions.
Yeah, I've always found him pretty childish, but that was something I could just shrug off. I had no reason to despise him. Until I grew up and learned the true face of Deshret's relics for myself. Looting, blackmail, violence, and fraud. They not only accepted such heinous acts, they would even openly boast about them. No one in the brigade was any kind of hero. Instead, my father and his cronies were more like the bad guys that needed to be taken down. Did they really think that as long as they didn't do any of that stuff right in front of me, I would never know?
I think I can understand your feelings. The difference between perception and reality must have hit hard.
Yeah, but don't worry, my lady. It's all water under the bridge to me now. I had a huge argument with my father and left that place behind for good. I'm not investigating them due to any bitter feelings I still have towards my father. I just want to protect those that are close to me.
Just want to find out why they suddenly started causing so much more trouble.
Yeah, I told the boys to gather as much information as they could. Most of the reports concern violent incidents, but there's also some talk of smuggling.
I see. But isn't this investigation incredibly dangerous?
It is, but every mercenary lives life on the edge. It's a lifestyle that I enjoy.
That may be true, but it'll be impossible for those who care about you not to worry.
Well, now you get why I didn't want to share any of this with you.
What should we do? They both have valid concerns.
I'll go back to the desert with Dea.
Huh? But there's no need for you to get caught up in this mess, too.
Well, he's super tough, so if he went into the desert with you, then Paimon bets the problem would be solved in no time.
I'm inclined to agree. I'd feel a lot more at ease if you took him along to help.
You can count on me.
I'll wait for news from you in the city until then. Please, stay safe.
I'm honored that you care so much for me, my lady. All right, then let's get moving. Our first stop will be Caravan Rebot, where we can catch up a bit with my fellow mercs.
Yep, so like I thought, I did get sucked up to Dea's character story when I didn't mean to. But, yeah, we're not here for that today. We are here to finish Nilou's. Hopefully I can finish Nilou's. Yeah, because it was confusing. I was like, I could have sworn we already did all the shop we needed for the party, Nilou's party, before it got shut down. I would be shopping again. But since we're at the bazaar, I guess that's what you're here for. Wait, what we're looking for? Gather everybody and get the situation straight.
Trying to best the academia in a debate is attempting the impossible. If you really want to try, I won't stop you. It's not like our situation can get any worse.
I don't think it's entirely hopeless. To Sharif, Nilou's approach will come off as naive, but that kind of frankness is exactly what they lack the most. Things might turn out differently from what you expect.
I am in favor of such a romantic feat. No playwright will turn down a compelling underdog story.
Sure, in fiction, but I'm not sure how well that will translate to reality. I'm not saying that I don't support you, Nilou. If you need my help, just say the word. Anything is better than just standing aside and watching the theater get demolished.
Are we trying to rebel against the authorities when they told us to take down party? The play? Yeah, they're taking down the play actually, the play area.
I'm also pitching in. Let's show the academia that we have some fight in us.
Thank you, everyone. I feel a lot less nervous with your support.
Not to rain on your parade, but my father is a real hard guy to deal with. He's erudite, meticulous, demanding, and exceedingly familiar with rigorous logic. It'll be extremely difficult to beat him in a debate. You all already knew that. But you just didn't want to hurt Nilou's feelings. But when all's said and done, aren't you hurting her just the same?
That's enough, Inaya.
Sorry, I've ruined the mood.
But yeah, it was the dad, right, who took down the whole theater thing, or at least proposed bringing it down.
I just can't force myself to expect a positive outcome. Nilou shouldn't have to push herself for the sake of an impossible goal.
There's nothing in this world that is impossible. Success comes from hard work.
Yeah, it's way too early to give up. You're right, Inaya. We're up against the academia. Everyone knows that they're very powerful. Being skeptical might actually be the more normal response. But I still want to try. I'm reluctant to just let Zubair Theater go. And it's not just me. I think everyone else here feels the same way. If we're unhappy, we should speak up and let our voices be heard. Say what's on your mind, and do what you think should be done. If we fail after that, then at least we won't have any regrets. I mean, after all, the only thing we can control right now is our choice at this very moment.
I understand what you're trying to say. I also have my own intense feelings of anger and regret.
Then, could I trouble you to tell your father about our plan for a debate? You can still get in touch with your family, right?
Yes, I can.
Then, please help us pass on my request. I've never participated in a debate, and truth be told, I'm still not really confident in myself. But since we've decided on a debate, I'll do my best to prepare for it. I'll gather everyone's thoughts and let them be known to all during the debate. I, by myself, definitely don't have enough wisdom to beat your father. But what about the entire theater combined? Then we should have a chance, right?
Right.
That's right, Miss Nilou. Beat the bad guy. Justice will prevail. Make him eat dirt.
You too. We aren't getting into a fight. But thank you for your encouraging words. I'll do my best.
Yeah, technically if it was a fight, that'll probably be really easy for
That back there, Nilou.
Nilou and Traveler.
A bit too much. Anyway, we better start preparing now. First, let's see what everyone thinks about the situation. All right, time to pull everyone's thoughts.
A debate. That's kind of difficult. Trying to convince people to kind of, I guess, to convince them that the theater is important to keep.
No
let
one
the
is
kids
allowed
first.
to bully Miss Nilou.
Watch out, Mr. Bad Guy! Pow! Bam!
Easier to kind of beat corruption than bad things, but the Mia isn't necessarily bad, but I guess you would say they're kind of not like they're doing things in an illegal kind of mean, right? I think they mean well. They just don't believe that creativity and art and stuff like that needed. And you kind of have to convince them. It's kind of hard to really convince people like that when they kind of all think logically. Somehow, I guess Nilou is gonna have to figure that out.
Mr. Zubair, We're trying to put together a list of arguments that might be useful. Any ideas?
It won't be difficult to explain our position. They're in the wrong, and they know it. I have meticulously managed this theater's affairs for years, and I have abided by every procedure and obtained every permit.
That's true.
I did all of that to protect ourselves if something like this were to occur. I didn't expect them to disregard the rules altogether.
Yeah, we did go through all the necessary procedure to do the things we did. This might have something to do with Inaya. That's true. I think the dad doesn't like Inaya hanging around with the theater group. And that's why he's trying to take down the theater group. So this is more a part of a family matter than it is, what the theater is actually doing.
Yes, I know. But anyone who's staying at the theater is one of us. If I can't even protect the members of the theater from outside pressure, then I have failed in my duty as a manager. In summary, you need sufficient confidence and strict adherence to the rules. At least for now, they don't have the authority to demolish the theater. As long as you double down on that point and force them to concede it, you'll gain an advantage.
All right, got it.
Ah, yeah, that's true.
I've seen many situations like this before. The academia sure likes to get its nose into everyone's business. While you prepare for the debate, I will also prepare the theater for the potential aftermath. It's best to prepare for the worst outcome. Once you're done chatting, do me a favor and tell our customers that we're canceling all of our shows.
Do we really have to?
Right now, no one's in the right frame of mind to perform. I have to consider both our staff and our customers. This is the only way. Nilou, you are incredible. With your talent and youth, you had the least to lose out of all of us. And yet you were still the first to take a stand.
I've never thought about leaving your theater, Mr. Zubair. I truly love this place, and I want to keep dancing here. I also want to keep dancing with everyone else.
You're becoming more and more like her. Do your best. We'll do all that we can, and leave the rest to fate.
Her?
My teacher. She was an excellent dancer, but she's retired now. If we have time later, I'd be happy to tell you more about her.
People to talk to.
I've gained a whole new level of respect for you. Inaya was right. It's true that I couldn't bear to bring down Nilou. It wasn't out of pity or anything, though. I just felt like I didn't have the right to say anything. After all, Nilou was the one who bravely stepped up and proposed to fight back. I didn't have that kind of courage or initiative. I'd be a terrible person if I spoke badly of Nilou without doing anything to help. She knows better than any of us how difficult this path will be.
Yeah, it's definitely really hard to kind of take a stand.
Paimon doesn't really want to talk to him.
So, you've already developed some prejudices against me. And to think, I was just about to put forward a suggestion.
Oh, Paimon will listen to that.
Although, I know not if you have a new answer to my previous question. Now seems like an appropriate time to revisit it. What do you think is the meaning of art?
Yeah, I forgot he asked that.
Oh, this again?
We probably do need to tackle this question if we want to prove the value of the arts.
Yeah, it's a very hard question.
I don't know how to explain it, but all I know is that when my performance makes the audience happy, I also become very happy.
That is a good point. Art does kind of draw people together, doesn't it? Kind of reason why we kind of play games and gather together or watch other people play games, like right now.
Does that count as a meaning?
You answered him so seriously. Careful, Nilou. This guy's ramblings never make any sense.
No. Nilou's answer far surpasses yours, and it is close to my own. The meaning of art comes not from its creators, but from its audience. In other words, only art that can be appreciated by others will impart its essence and value upon the minds of its audience. This is something that the academia can never understand.
Seem to have many stories of your own.
I once pursued the mastery of art, much like how a researcher would chase wisdom and knowledge. However, the more of a connoisseur I became, the less I felt I understood. I began to question what it truly meant for art to be understood at all. I found that I could comprehend even the most complex and sophisticated of works, and yet somehow that provided me with little solace. I remained even perplexed about this conundrum until I visited this theater and watched one of Nilou's performances.
It was that life-changing?
Everyone here had a joyous part in the overall experience. The actors upon the stage basked in the love of their audience, while those in the house immersed themselves in the wondrous ambiance. In all honesty, from a purely critical point of view, the performances here are exceedingly average.
Hey, don't say something like that.
But what bewildered me was how, despite the performance's middling quality, they captivated their whole audience. They captivated even me. I realized then that I had walked the wrong road. The mastery of art was never what I truly wanted. I left the so-called frontiers of artistic research and came to this theater, for this is where I can finally find what I seek. Art will no longer be a castle in the sky. Whether it be inspiring or entertaining, art must be appreciated by others to confer value. If art cannot accomplish that, then it is meaningless.
When you put it that way... Mr. Zubair and I refused to follow the Academia's orders to change our shows for a similar reason. To put it simply, we were afraid that our shows would lose their meaning if people couldn't understand them.
I once stood in the spotlight, but I relinquished fame and acclaim for the freedom I enjoy today. I care not for where my feet may take me next, but Nilou, you need to remember one thing. You already stand upon the finest stage there is, and that is a rare gift that should never be taken for granted. You cannot give it up, not even to the Academia.
I understand. Thank you for your words of encouragement, Mr. Kasani.
Dust the cobwebs away from the eyes of those scholars.
Oh, he does have some pretty good things
Really
to say.
seem to care a lot about the theater.
Once you get to know him, you'll realize that he's actually a big softie at heart. He'll even help out with furniture repair and painting the stage.
Wow. Paimon didn't think he had that in him at all.
Props engineer?
I didn't expect you all to challenge the Academia. That reminded me of my younger years. Back then, I feared nothing and no one, and I was always charging into the most dangerous of places. I can't do things like that anymore, but those were some of the best times of my life.
Sorry. If the theater really ends up getting demolished, then you, Soren, and Abi will all...
It's all right. There's no need to think such heavy thoughts. Even if the building gets demolished, its people will still all be here. Have faith in the resilience of an adventurer. We can always figure something out.
But won't you have regrets if things just come to an abrupt end? It'd be like when you were forced to stop adventuring.
Ah, so that's what you were worrying about. Relax. I've had a lot of experience with regret. Things are painful at first, but as they say, time heals all wounds. Look at us now. Soren and Abi are happy. And Soren has also just passed his theater exam. He can start acting soon.
I didn't know there was an exam for this.
He was thrilled because he can soon perform on the same stage as you. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for our past struggles. And would Serene have become a happier person? That's hard to say.
Are you trying to make us feel better?
Yes, but I truly do mean what I say. Being here at the theater has taught me an important lesson. The most important thing about an experience is how you choose to interpret it. I can choose to believe that my life ended with my husband's death. Or I can choose to believe that it was a blessing in disguise for Serene and Abi. Similarly, even if this theater disappears, a new beginning might just be around the corner. Good and bad are all human-made concepts. It all depends on how we choose to see things.
You have a point.
Nilu, I know how important Zubair Theater is to you. But you don't have to be so nervous. We're all here with you. The theater won't go down so easily.
Thank you, Miss Raykar.
No need to thank me. If anything, you inspired me with your bravery. You might have what it takes to become an excellent adventurer.
He has it in the bag.
You're too kind. All right, I gotta cheer up. I can't waste everyone's words of encouragement. I feel a lot better.
Good. My children and I will be cheering you on at the debate.
One of the customers of the show is being canceled. Yeah, that's what we have to do.
You're here. Is the theater actually closing?
He's been worried sick for a while now. He wouldn't stop talking the whole way back.
Hey, you two.
What exactly happened? Did someone come down from the academia?
Yes. He told us that we have to shut down the theater within 30 days, and that it's going to be demolished.
What the heck? That came with no warning.
They're messing with us again.
Don't tell me you'll have to listen to him.
Come on. You know the answer to that.
Yeah, it is a direct order from the academia.
There's no need to worry, though. I'm preparing for a public debate with the academia. If I win, we might be able to overturn things and change their minds.
Really? That's terrific. You have my full support, no doubt about that.
Mine too! So what was their excuse anyway? They still not a fan of the theater's programs?
Yeah, something like that.
Good thing they have the power to make rash decisions about things they don't even understand, huh?
Yeah, they need to touch more grass, not books. Exactly. They want to look down on us? Ha! We'll look down on them first.
Don't worry, everyone here has your back. The academia's recklessness won't get them any praise.
Right. They might think that some forms of knowledge are more valuable than others, but everyone can equally appreciate art. If they don't believe that, send them my way. I got them beat on this subject.
Maybe you can prepare some questions on the details of dance performance to make things harder for them at the debate.
Sounds like a good idea. Maybe that's something I should do.
Ignore him. He's joking. Just do things your way. No matter what, we will always support you.
Thank you all so much. Your understanding and support make me feel a lot better.
There are always more solutions than problems. If you need help during the debate, just shout and the entire Grand Bazaar will be at your beck and call.
Huh. Gotta show them who has the people's support.
I feel like the pieces are starting to fall into place. Let's head back to the theater and organize our thoughts.
Yeah, it does seem like there's a lot of support.
Maya should also be back soon.
Good thing.
Abi, have you seen Miss Inaya?
No, Miss Nilu. Miss Inaya isn't back yet. Wasn't she just passing on a message? Does she really need this much time?
Did she have started arguing with her father again? Oh.
Traveler, Paimon, I think I've messed up big time.
Huh?
What if Inaya never planned to come back?
What?
Calm down. Please explain.
It's just a gut feeling, but knowing her, she probably feels like she's completely responsible for what happened. She probably thinks that all of this happened because she was staying here.
Oh, right. As soon as her father showed up, she said that her father was targeting her. So she's felt like that this whole time.
She has a long-standing conflict with her father. That's why she ran away from home. She doesn't think that we can win the debate, and she doesn't want to implicate us, so she thought leaving was the best thing to do.
So even after we decided to go for the debate, she still couldn't bring herself to support it.
Mm-hmm. And then she just quietly left afterward.
She's too harsh on herself. No one can bear all the blame.
Exactly. She's being too pessimistic. How will you know if you don't try? Anyway, first things first. We have to get her back.
But where should we start? Sumeru is huge!
I think I might know. Let's start by looking outside the city. Before I brought her to Zubair Theater, she was staying at a remote campsite. She got a fever from drinking unclean water, so I carried her back. If she has nowhere else to go after leaving the theater, she might go back and strike out on her own again.
Then let's go take a look.
Yes, let's hurry.
Similar decisions. I guess she couldn't really go back to her parents, but she couldn't really go back to the theater either, so her decision is just to leave. I was wondering how there was going to be some combat, because in most of these character stories, they kind of open up an opportunity for you to try the character, right? Sure, you could try them in trials, but they also want to do it again in the character story. I was like, if we're going through a debate route, then yeah, you don't really have much opportunity for Nilou to fight, but I guess something bad happens to a friend, she could jump in.
There are signs that someone had stayed here very recently.
But we can't confirm if it was Inaya or not. Let's take a look around first.
And there it is.
Did you hear that?
Sounds like a bear and Anaya.
I heard it too. Let's investigate.
Oh, there you go. My opportunity to try Nilou.
It sounds like we're getting closer. The voice is coming from over there.
Yes, we're almost there.
Forgot how to play Nilou though. Pretty long time last I tried using her in the trial. Right here. Here? Oh. Oh, is it just a boar? Maybe not. Huh? Here. Oh, it's moving around. Well, maybe not.
It's Inaya! She's being attacked by wild animals!
Inaya, don't be scared!
Oh, okay. I've been going around in circles. Alright, and it too quickly if I just use my main characters. So I'm just kind of curious to what it's like just to play her itself.
Thank you. There weren't so many big animals in this area before. They chased after me for a long time. Sorry. I'm causing trouble for you again.
Why did you leave by yourself? You really don't think we have a chance at winning the debate?
No. I just thought it would take too much effort. Everything happened because of me. If I'm gone, then the situation will resolve itself.
Everyone else is trying so hard.
Yeah, everyone's working together towards a happier ending. No one should be singled out for blame.
It's all right if it's me. As long as the theater won't get demolished. You guys are the kindest people I've ever met. You shouldn't suffer so much because of me.
Listen to me, Inaya. Even if you were the reason that all of this happened, no one would blame you. Mr. Zubair said that you're one of us, so that means we will protect you. No matter what happens, we'll stand as one.
Nilou, there will always be a victim. Whether it's me or the theater. You can't eat your cake and have it too. You can't win a debate against the academia. Especially since your opponent will be my father.
Are you so sure of this?
My father is an extremely demanding man. He's always wanted me to become an exceptional researcher and his academic successor. I tried my best to meet his expectations and did everything I could. But he still wasn't satisfied. Or rather, he had just never been satisfied with me. I'm no genius. But whenever he berated me, it was always as if he was asking me, "Why aren't you a genius?"
It's quite some expectations on your own child. That's really rough.
Yeah, like I'd know.
So that's why you ran away from home?
At first, I thought the father would slowly come to terms with reality. But he just wouldn't stop berating me. For one exam, I earned the 3rd highest score. I thought that all my hard work had finally paid off, and that I could finally make father feel some modicum of joy. I even used the embroidery skills I learned at school to make a commemorative gift for him. I thought, even this daughter can make her father happy sometimes. Right?
I see. When we were embroidering your gift before, I didn't feel like you were new at it.
Yeah. Sorry for not bringing it up. These are not pleasant memories for me. I was tired of him yelling at me every day. All I wanted was to see him smile at me. But he was more angry than ever before once I'd given him my embroidery and told him my score. He flung my present to the side. You think you should be proud of 3rd place? Reflect on why you weren't first. I forgot how long I'd cried for. I only remember my parents arguing. My mother also thought he went overboard.
Yeah, that's definitely really overboard.
They argued for such a long time. My father eventually stormed out and slammed the door behind him. I didn't get a single sentence of apology or any words of comfort. I've completely given up. We're destined to never understand each other.
How horrible!
I don't think you can beat him in a debate. Because he doesn't even understand what kind of place a theater is. He can never understand the relationship performers have with their audience. His life is devoid of camaraderie or friendship. He just wants everything to happen according to his wishes, as if the world revolves around him. What we cherish, our little place in this world, means nothing to him.
It sounds like your past has had a huge impact on you.
I understand now, Inaya. But when we were preparing for the debate, I heard something quite wise. Maybe it'll help you.
Forgot whose opinion said what. I mean, I know what was said, but I forgot who said it. I know the Grand Bazaar. They were gonna support no matter what. The meaning of art? Kazanali's opinion?
Art must first be appreciated by others to confer value.
Go ahead and listen to all of them.
The most important thing about an experience is how you choose to interpret it.
Mr. Zubair has been meticulously managing the theater. Everything checks out. Everyone is free to appreciate art. No form of art is inherently superior.
What would be most valuable to her in the situation? Let's go with the crowd opinion first.
No, there should be something else that's more...
Other than that? Sonali's?
No, there...
Rekar?
Miss Raykar has gone through a lot in her life, but she told us that she's very happy to live at the theater now. Although she ran into misfortune, it led her down a new path in life. She sees that as a blessing. She told me that the most important thing about an experience is how you choose to interpret it.
Interpret it?
I can sympathize with your unhappiness at home, but after you ran away, you ended up at the theater and became one of us. Those unhappy experiences allowed you to really cherish your bonds with everyone, and also gave you the opportunity to become friends with us. Don't let your past suffering keep you from the new life that you've worked so hard to find.
Oh.
Let the past stay in the past.
Don't have to be so hard on yourself anymore. This is your new beginning.
When I ran away from home, I swore that I would leave my family conflicts behind. But you're right. All I'm doing now is falling right back into it.
Maybe you'll disappoint him, but that doesn't matter. You have a new future waiting for you. Don't let go of the answer you've worked so hard to find.
That's right. If we put our heads together, there's bound to be a way.
You're right. There's nothing to be afraid of. I'm not trying to meet his expectations. So why should I give up because of him? I can't afford to lose anything more. We have to win. The debate will not only protect Zubair Theater, but also allow me to settle things with Father.
That's right.
That's the spirit!
Let's go. I'll tell my father about the debate. I know him very well. Even if he looks down on us, I know how to make him accept.
All right, let's go.
Yeah. Totally, I feel like a lot of the opinions we saw earlier could somehow apply to her family situation. I guess that one makes the most sense. All about perspective, right? Doing what makes you happy. Too close. Oh, wait. Path of papers? What's that? This? There's so much quests that are just getting in the way with each other. Over here. Well, since this is a side quest, I'm hoping it's very brief. Usually most of it tends to be like a fetch quest. Oh. Oh. Come back. Every single crystal flask I can gather. Please? Back down. Okay. And crystal flies are just so hard to gather out of everything in the game. It's the one thing you need the most.
I'm out of here.
Like the least favorite thing for me to gather, but I always need it, so I can't really avoid it. Treasure hoarder. This is related to Nilou. Forgot how this side quest even started in the first place.
Busted. Into the wind.
Wait.
As one with wind and cloud. The wind knows me.
Take flight!
Take it easy.
There's still another one somewhere? Oh, right here.
My apologies!
Picked the wrong test subject.
What have you done to Alrani? No, please. Please listen to me. You got it all wrong. We wouldn't dare mess with her. We are no match for her. Oh. So you do have Alrani with you? It's a long story. We happened to be short money some time ago, so we and our big sis were expecting to fill our wallet. Pff, you mean stealing and robbing again? Well, we are treasure hoarders. That's kind of what we do. I thought treasure hoarders would go out look for treasure, not stealing. But okay. As we were making plans for in the camp, we saw a young lady carry a huge bag coming towards the camp. Seemed to us she'd lost her soul. Freaked us all out. Before we got ready to make our move on her, she just plopped down beside the campfire, weeping and throwing a bunch of books into the fire. It's really spooky. Aren't you the treasure hoarders? Sure we are, but not like we kill people. We just pick and steal. She got more puzzled before she realized what was going on. She threw a bag of Mora and asked us to lock her up. What? Eh? Eh? So, did you do what she asked? No one would dare touch her at first. But she wouldn't eat or drink and kept asking us to lock her up. Alas, Big Sis asked us to make a cage with branches to let her in. Well, that was nice of your Big Sis. You were actually being nice to her? Well, Big Sis always has respect for learned folks. She says she wants to go to school one day. Uh-huh. The lady over there, see her yourself if you don't believe me. Big Sis must be soothing her now. If you can take the lady from here, we'll be more willing to repay you. Yeah, what is going on? I don't remember how this quest even started in the first place. It sounds like we're trying to rescue someone we thought the treasure hoarders kidnapped. Ronnie, are you coming out of the cage or what? No. No. Researcher, no academy anymore. I paid you for all this. Can't you leave me be? You're stubborn. Annoying stubborn. Excuse me? Hello there. Oh, you are? Traveler? Miss Arani, you really are here. It's good to see that you're alright. Nilufar told us about your paper. Tab, I wrote the subject first. It's not fair. If I hadn't stayed for Inazuma for so long, my paper would have been passed. Would have passed. Calm now. Do you still want to finish your paper? Panting. I quit. Papers. Academia. I'm done with all of it. Only fools write paper. Academia can do whatever they want. I paid Narzan to protect me. No one's gonna force me to work on that paper. You are? I'm Narzan. But I do. You must have known it. I'll cut to the chase. I know you, traveler. You've been active around here lately. If you got a commission to bring that girl back, you can give it a go. I won't stop you. Hey, I paid you. For what? Not even enough to pay for our food for a few more days. I want to go back anyway. It's just a new subject in field research here, there. I'll have restless days and nights. I might even get caught by some weird people or run into particular monsters. Then there would be no time for me to finish my paper and I'll miss the paper defense again. No, I'd rather be locked up in here. So she wants an excuse. That's what it sounds like. Traveler, please send a message to Miss Nulafar for me. I'll write you a note. I don't want to go back. Please. There you go. Sob. Why would anyone invent papers? Tough. Because papers are useful for keeping information. Okay, calm down. No one's taking you away for now. Miss Arani, she seems very unstable right now. Let's leave her while we take the note back to Nilafar. But the treasure hoarders, no need to worry. We will, no need to worry. We will hurt her. It's like what she said. She paid me. Besides, if I find someone who is educated, it should be very useful here. Okay. Is that really it for this quest? I'm just taking this note back and be like, oh, like, he's okay. She's just kind of a quit being a researcher. But she's probably still very useful for the treasure hoarders to help kind of live. Traveler, did you find Arani? Yes, but... Tarzan? How? You know her? Not personally. I heard someone mention her as some weird treasure hoarder. They say she would ask her victims a question when she plunders them. That's random. Literature, elements, all sorts of stuff. Even brain teasers. If you solve her problems, she will give back everything she looted, plus escort you back to the city. So she's a weirdo. What is this outlaw riddler? No one knows. I know this because my mentor once met her in the wild. Her question was, what quickly fills an empty room? Ugh. It's Win. It's Paimon, right? It must be Win. Candlelight? My mentor answered. Elements are everywhere. That's cheating. Haha. Anyway, Narzem escorted my mentor back to the city and practically had a goodbye in deck room. I wouldn't be worried if Arani is with her. But she can't stay there forever. I have to figure out a way to help her with her paper. Well, I did say it was gonna be kind of quick.
Well, I'm off to meet with him. Please wait here for me.
Okay. Looking forward to your good news.
Can't believe that was blocking this.
That should be everything. The only thing left to do now is to wait until the debate. I'm not sure why, but I'm getting nervous again.
You were great, Nilou! Your words won over Inaya! Talk like that during the debate, and you'll get an easy win!
Thanks for that, Paimon. But I still feel like it'll be an uphill battle. I need to be calmer, cooler, and more collected.
We haven't broken any rules. Lots of people are rooting for us.
Yeah. I'm acting as everyone's representative, so I'll need to act brave, even if I won't feel like it.
Still one problem left unsolved.
Huh? What's left?
Theater's existence? Is it only for art and performance?
Huh? What a strange question. Isn't a theater just a theater? Why would it need to be anything else?
Wait. You're not asking what the theater does, but what it is. Let me think. How can I put this?
Yeah, we'll listen to all of them again.
The most important thing about an experience is how you choose to interpret it.
Art must first be appreciated by others to confer value.
Things even at that.
Mr. Zubair has been meticulously managing the theater. Everything checks out.
That either.
Everyone is free to appreciate art. No form of art is inherently...
That either.
Naya really wants to win. She doesn't want to lose anything else because of her painful past.
How come I can't see this? The value of the theater's existence.
Ah, got it. When we were trying to find a way to save the theater, we heard many stories not of the theater, but of the people whose lives have been touched by it. Zubair Theater is our reason for coming together. It connects us all in unique ways. In other words, it's like a bond.
Yep.
A bond?
The theater provides money for Miss Raykar and her children, inspiration for Mr. Kasani, and enjoyment for the people of the Great Bazaar. It also gives Inaya shelter from her family. It has brought us together after taking care of every single one of us. And its story won't end here. In the future, many more people will come to the theater and receive its blessing. And we'll all be there for them. Our warm, welcoming community will show them the same kindness we were shown in the past. Aside from the delivery of performances, isn't this another reason for Zubair Theater's continued existence?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. We definitely felt that warmth during the preparations for the event. But Paimon doesn't see how this will help in the debate.
Naya said her father doesn't care for interpersonal relationships. This may be his weak point.
Oh, gotcha! No matter how strong an opponent is, they'll have to go on the defensive if pressed on a weak point.
I feel like that's another prong in our attack. Thank you so much.
Paimon also feels a lot more relieved. Let's show him what we got!
Sorry for the wait. I'm back. Things went a lot more smoothly than I expected. It didn't take long for him to accept the debate. And it's set for 2 days from now. Why are you all smiling so much? Did something good happen?
We realized that your dad might not be as scary as we had thought.
We just finished our prep. Rest easy. It will all turn out well. We have to win. No, we will win, Inaya.
Fingers crossed.
Okay, we just need to wait 2 days from now. I'm thinking this part would be kind of straightforward, right? It's just some dialogue and what it seems. And Nilo has a lot of good opinion for her to use. So it seems like it'll be kind of easy. Well, I shouldn't say it's easy. Still, she is up against someone that's like kind of high up, right? Probably good at debating. But he obviously hasn't like he doesn't seem to be really well liked by the people, so it's kind of his weak point. Oh, Damien, I think that's how to pronounce your name. What characters do you have? Yeah, I can show you my characters very quick. Not there. Right here. These are all the characters I have. I have some decent amount of 5 stars, a lot of, if not all, the 4 stars. There might be a couple I'm missing. But yeah, I have quite a bit of characters. But you could almost say that my like main teams are mainly freeze comps or super conduct or physical attacking teams. Right? I think my weak points pyro teams. But yeah. With my teams that I currently have, I'm able to do quite a bit of stuff in the game, so I haven't had the need to. Hopefully it remains that way. Yeah. Just kind of going through the story since I'm behind. A lot of the character stories, at least. I think this one's getting close to the end, so it's just a matter of waiting. Oop, I don't think I had to wait that long. Good amount of 5 stars. Yeah, I've been playing ever since the game started. And I think I was able to do a lot of things when the game started and do things like kind of more completed, keep up the story almost right away. But like over the years, especially when Samura came out, I was like kind of behind. There's just so much to do. And I'm just slowly catching up. Wait, the right time. I need to go to 15. Yeah, but for the longest time, for the first year of the game, I didn't really use so much 5 stars.
In the blink of an eye, it's already debate time! We did a lot of preparations with Nilou. Hopefully they were helpful.
Yeah, I had like Chi-Chi in the beginning. Who else? And Venti. Those are my 2 main 5 stars at the beginning, right? And my main DPS character was Beidou. And I kind of stuck with Super Conduct and Beidou for a long time, right? Using Chi-Chi and Beidou together. And over time, I kind of just focused on that by adding Eula and Raiden into that. And eventually, I kind of forked off and started working on a freeze comp with Ayaka. And Ayaka was the character I was mainly saving for at the beginning of the game, so that's why she has quite a bit of constellations. Same thing with Eula and Raiden. Those are like my main 3 characters in the account so far. Where do I need to go? Versus the debate. The bazaar. Okay.
Hello and welcome, everyone. I am Safwan, a scholar from the academia, and I will serve as this debate's adjudicator. I swear to judge both parties with the utmost wisdom and impartiality. I will neither interfere with the proceedings nor demonstrate bias. I ask for both parties to stand. May the Dendro Archon also serve as a witness to this duel of wits.
Since you so desperately demand an explanation, I will expound on the Academia's stance. You may have misunderstood us from the outset and believe that the Academia is prejudiced against you. However, the truth is that the Academia wishes for every resident of Sumeru to be afforded opportunities to grow and cultivate their wisdom. Therefore, the works they consume should also possess enlightening qualities and intellectual value.
I haven't played for a while. Wow, so I guess you might be more behind than I am. You have been playing Pokemon all day. Play a bit of Pokemon too at one point. I wonder if I should be preparing for one of the like terror raids that are coming out this weekend. Hopefully not too late. I need to kind of revisit that. Thanks for a reminder, though.
We have failed to identify these qualities in the shows performed at Zubair Theater. In other words, instead of struggling against the academia in pointless confrontations, if you had spent your time reflecting on improving the quality of your shows and enlightening your audience, Zubair Theater would not be today facing such a tragic fate.
Oh, but the audience kind of is, you know, they kind of are with us.
Aggressive from the get-go. He's really putting on the pressure. Can Nilou stand her ground?
Yeah, she'd be fine.
Calm down, Nilou. First, carefully analyze what he said. He said that we were shut down not because the academia looks down on the arts, but rather because our shows aren't up to their standards. However...
Well, we do have the crowd's opinion.
It's free to appreciate art. No form of art is inherently superior.
Yeah, that is probably a big one, but the other one is with the stage prop where we are up to like standards, right?
Inaya really wants to win. She doesn't want to live.
That one.
Mr. Zubair has been meticulously managing the theater. Everything checks out.
There's that. There's these two. I think these are the two most like related opinion. Let's start with the bear.
Don't think that would make...
Okay, fine. Let's go with the bazaar.
In your eyes, our shows can't meet the academia's expectations. Shouldn't it be the audience who decides if a show is intellectual or enlightening? Why is someone from the academia judging that? Also, I believe that there is no such thing as a wiser or more enlightening performance. Art doesn't discriminate, and it appeals to all. Everyone has the right to appreciate art.
Appreciation is but a primitive form of satisfaction. Guidance and enlightenment are necessary if we are to induce growth in the performers as well as the audience. This stance holds performers to a higher standard and encourages the development of the arts. If all performances are simple-minded, require little effort to comprehend, and lack any impetus for the betterment of society, then the people will not be able to develop a greater level of artistic understanding. Nurturing the populace's understanding requires a long and arduous process, and guiding this process is the academia's true goal.
He changed the topic without batting an eye. Good thing I'm prepared.
Yeah, this guy's tough.
If I remember correctly, what I should say here is...
Okay, can't use the exact same opinion. Value of the theater's existence here?
The theater carries everyone's feelings and serves as the bond that connects us all.
Remind myself of the other two
The
opinions.
most important thing about an experience is how you choose to interpret it. The most
I
important...
think it's most likely this one.
Art must first be appreciated by others to confer value.
Oh, it's definitely this one.
Someone at our theater has tried that before. He was a famed artist, but he recognized that very few people could connect with his works. I agree that art should be enlightening, but we can't pursue that goal by creating complicated works. If a work can't tap into an audience's personal experiences or feelings, then its contents may as well be a castle in the sky. What's the point of performing a show that its audience can't even follow? That would only be forcing people to watch something they don't like.
You can only reach that conclusion from a place of ignorance.
In that case, before passing judgment, you should first become a better dancer than me.
That's true. He's looking down on her art, but what does he have to contribute with art, right? Oh, and yeah, I've been taking a break from games. Yeah, taking a break is fine. Yeah, it's a lot grinding for terror raids, but sometimes that's what you gotta do. That's the whole point of them doing terror raids in the first place. To kind of actually get you to keep playing, and playing requires grinding sometimes.
You tell them, Nilou.
Looks like he's backed himself into a corner.
As the party holding the burden of proof, Sharif has failed to provide sufficient support for his judgment of the quality of Zubair Theater's programs. Likewise, the definition that Nilou put forth is but her personal opinion. Neither party is the victor for this particular point of contention. Additionally, I must request that both parties exercise greater control on their emotions.
Keep it up, Nilou! You're doing great!
In that case, I shall speak of more concrete matters. The essence of this issue is that you have violated the law, so you must now pay the price for your transgression. This course of action is also completely procedurally sound. We have already contacted Zubair Theater multiple times regarding the theater's repertoire. However, you have consciously ignored our warnings, or perhaps your compliance was purely superficial. Regardless, that failure has indirectly led to the present day's proceedings.
That is indeed so, according to the laws decreed by the Academia.
He started talking about procedural stuff, so I need to focus on...
Well, Zubair is on, kind of working on that, so that's his department.
Mr. Zubair has already provided signed copies of all documentation related to our operations. Everything is perfectly filled out and valid. Although the theater's performances don't align with the Academia's requests, the law doesn't say that Zubair Theater can be demolished only because of that reason. Demolition notices need to be provided in writing and made available to the public. Otherwise, the theater can continue to operate as long as its license is valid. Failing to follow these rules makes your stance procedurally unsound.
Yeah!
That's right!
There are different ways to apply the rules. There is precedent for this. So long as this matter is discussed within the Academia, this course of action will come to pass.
Looking at the past 27 cases of similar nature, 90% of them support Sharif's claim and position. However, the demolition process in those cases was only started after discussion at the Academia. In other words, premature notice of demolition is indeed a rash act.
That's more than enough. We've proven that the order is unreasonable as it currently stands.
Cease your futile resistance.
Nilou's definitely won this point, right?
Yeah, for sure. She still can't let her guard down her guard. Yeah, he'll back, that's for sure.
You're right. Stay focused, Nilou.
Even if permission for demolition has yet to be obtained, it is a fact that your performances violated the Academia's policies on numerous occasions. Based on that fact, we can permanently revoke your right to perform in Sumeru.
Under the current system, it is indeed possible to immediately revoke Zubair Theater's performing rights.
That's a thing?
So that's his backup plan.
Rather than protecting Zubair Theater, I surmise that your true intention is to maintain your hold over your audience and their patronage as your source of income. Without them, Zubair Theater is nothing more than an empty building. And without its performances, the theater has nothing else of value.
What you said isn't true at all.
Keep it cool, Nilou.
Get riled up. He's intentionally provoking you.
Right. I need to keep calm, but he... Just a little more. Zubair Theater isn't just a performance venue to us.
And the value of the theater's existence.
Zubair Theater isn't simply a performance venue to us. It means more than that. It's been our home for a long time. Miss Raykar can't go on adventures anymore, but she has found a stable career and a new life at the theater. Her son, Sorin, has already passed his theater exam, and he'll soon be our newest member. Mr. Kasani found a new way to look at art. He decided to stay at the theater to watch us grow. Mr. Farhad and Mr. Hushang visit even when there isn't a show going on, and they always tell us lots of entertaining stories. Even Inaya wants to stay with us, and she's starting to look forward to a new future. Zubair Theater exists for them, for every single one of us.
Perhaps Zubair Theater has provided you with a multitude of positive emotions and experiences. However, you have misconstrued something, young miss. The interpersonal relationships you speak of were established upon normal theater operations. Sheikh Zubair operates the theater for his livelihood. His employees work for their wages, and the audience comes to enjoy performances. Relationships are merely a byproduct in this exchange of interests. They may be pleasant and captivating, but they can only ever be secondary. When scholars collaborate to solve difficult problems, we freely share our knowledge and resources with one another as if we were all kin. However, this collaboration ends after the results of our work are published. The reason is simple. We are scholars, and there are new projects that await our attention.
He really doesn't think much of relationships. Paimon also thinks he did a lot of prep. He's been solid as a rock.
Yeah, hard to argue
Sharif's
against.
argument is currently the more persuasive of the two for this point of contention. The continuance of the interpersonal relationships Nilou spoke of remains hypothetical before the theater's demolition, whereas the situation that Sharif described has been well documented at the Academia. The Academia has made significant academic contributions, in no small part due to its researchers' efficiency and ability to compartmentalize.
Oh no, what should we do? Things are going in the opposite direction.
Patience, Paimon. Nilou might be setting him up.
A setup? So Nilou's got him?
Good. He said what he said. The next argument could decide this debate. But is this really the best thing to do? It might be too cruel to Inaya.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only option, right? Because if you point in Naya's relationship with her dad, you could tell that, you know, the academic pursuit was actually kind of detrimental to her happiness, right? It's really the only way to go.
Inaya really wants to win. She doesn't want to lose anything else because of her painful past. She already agreed to this. She wants to win, no matter what.
Here you go.
Mr. Sharif believes that interpersonal relationships are a byproduct of working towards a goal. Once that goal is achieved or abandoned, those relationships would have no more reason to continue. Then, if someone has failed to live up to his expectations...
If someone has failed to live up to your expectations and ran away from home, then she shouldn't be your daughter anymore. Right?
Inaya...
Sorry, Nilou. As expected, I should be the one to say it. You don't need to shoulder this responsibility for me. If in your eyes, the purpose of my existence is to become your academic successor, then that goal has ended in complete failure. By your logic, that means there is no more reason to sustain our relationship as father and daughter.
Members of the audience who do not belong to either debate party, please speak with caution.
Let her speak. What she does not say, Nilou will.
No matter how many disagreements we've had, the truth is that you are still my father. You're so immersed in your own world, you can't understand why we come together for the sake of relationships.
Yeah, don't look down on us.
You can watch a dance anywhere, but there's only one Zubair Theater.
I'm almost starting to feel sorry for this guy, what with the idiotic things he said.
Order! Order! Members of the audience, do not interrupt debate proceedings.
I confess that this is the final argument we had prepared. Disown me, and you will win the debate. But before that, Father, I have some final words to say. I've been doing some soul-searching. Not about whether I should have run away from home, but whether there was any point to my personal rebellion against you. I kept trying to earn your approval, but I only disappointed you over and over. The truth is, I ran away from home as a means to vent my recurring frustrations. That is to say, I was exerting pressure on you and hoping you'd give up on your lofty expectations. But by doing that, wasn't I just doing the same thing as you? I won't force my expectations upon you anymore. At Zuber Theater, I have found the life I've always wanted. I will move on from my family troubles and strive towards my new goal. But if you dare to harm this place, then I will stand with my friends here and fight against you.
This is not the time to space out, Sharif. The debate is still underway.
You already consider them to be your friends.
You should be asking us that question!
Of course we are! Miss Inaya is a really good friend.
It was a bit of a process, but we won her over.
Make no mistake. All those who come to Zuber Theater become one of us. We will always be with her.
Such puerile simplicity. However, it is surprisingly a relief.
Wait, what are you... never mind.
They left?
I mean, we won?
Does that mean we've won?
Read the minds of people.
We won?
Nilo, you're amazing!
Yeah, fantastic job. Naya was also brilliant. Technically, if he disowned her, it would still kind of be his loss, right? But in the end, I think the father did finally understand his own daughter. So I think it's a good thing overall. Yeah, they both were good.
I relaxed for a moment and I feel a little faint. It looks like he still has a place for her in his heart.
Terrific work, Nilu and Anaya. They likely won't cause any more trouble for us.
Didn't know you could get so fierce. I have a lot of newfound respect for you two.
This really took a lot out of me, though. I don't ever want to do this again.
Yeah, a lot of me as well. Had to do a lot of thinking for this one.
Both Miss Nilu and Miss Inaya were so cool! Should we throw a second round of celebrations?
Second round. First one didn't end well, so it's more like a renewed attempt to do a celebration again. Good job, Nilu.
Oh, it's you.
I definitely would not be able to kind of debate as well as she has. It's kind of one of my kind of weaknesses.
Yes, I feel a lot better. The more I think back on everything, the more surreal it all feels. I don't think I could repeat what I did a second time.
All of our preparations paid off, that's for sure.
Yes, and it's all thanks to you.
Now that I've heard everyone else's stories, I want to hear yours.
I see. You mean how fate brought me to the theater, right? Then I'll have to tell you about my teacher who Mr. Zuber had mentioned. Mr. Zuber opened his theater when I was still a child. There was a beautiful dancer, and from the moment I saw her, I couldn't look away. I thought to myself, the gods must have blessed her with such talent. But later on, she would actually smile down at me and say, just the opposite, in fact.
The opposite?
Yeah. She said, Dance is an art born from toil. It isn't a gift from the gods, but a creation by our own hands. It is a beautiful thing born from our life experiences. Whenever there is joy or something to be celebrated, people will dance. In other words, any place where people can effortlessly begin a dance will for sure be filled with the blessings of everyone's happiness. She wasn't looking for flowers and applause. All she wanted was to see her audience smile.
So that is what art means to people.
Right. The same as what Mr. Kasani believes. I was completely moved by what she had said, so I started taking dance lessons from her. And later on, I began to dance here in her stead.
Hello, White Rabbit Foot. Do I like Nilo? Seems like a inspirational character.
Before she retired, she told me, "For as long as you live, never forget what dance means to others." This is why Mr. Zubair and I never intended to listen to the academia. Even though it ended up causing everyone a whole lot of trouble, thankfully, everything worked out in the end.
See, looks like you won't have to worry anymore.
Although, I do have a small regret.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Even though she has already decided to stop fighting with her father, they never managed to have a real conversation with each other.
It seemed like they got closer, right? She's the love of your life. My heart only beats for her. Ooh, that's quite a bit. I mean, yeah, there are gonna be people, like characters that you really enjoy and kind of resonate with, or just really can't, you just favor them over everything else. I think for me, I think Eula would be probably my character that I really enjoyed the most so far in Genshin Impact. Even though initially I was chasing after Ayaka from the very beginning. So far, I think Eula is quite a story that I'm just that impacted me the most. Nilu's story was a lot more better than I thought it was so far. But yeah, let's see if I can kind of land the story.
Before he left, Mr. Sharif looked like he had a lot on his mind. He probably has a lot of things he wants to say, but will now perhaps never get a chance to.
That really is a shame. I feel like technically things can get better for them right now, right? This is probably the worst part of their lives. I'm pretty sure there's still chances for them. But the results of this, that might really be for the best.
Yeah, but I still hope that things can change. It never hurts to have hope. You and Paimon are more than welcome to keep attending our shows. Who knows? Next time, you might see Inaya on the stage.
Are you still worried about Inaya? Let's be sure to come back often. Who knows? Maybe things will have worked out for her.
2 days later. Yeah, I wasn't expecting such a the debate to be. It kind of makes sense after doing all of this, right? I didn't personally. If I was to do a debate, I didn't think of going through the process the way Nilo did, and kind of going through that process does make more sensical of it, right? I never had to do anything like this before in real life. Seeing it happen does give you an experience that that might come valuable down in the road if you have to do something similar to this in the future. It doesn't have to be something big in public, but sometimes just being able to talk with other people and then communicate. That's a very useful skill. Yeah, we just got the tail end of her performance. I mean, I guess we did see the whole thing at one point in the main story.
Everyone, I'd like to introduce you to our newest member, Hinaya.
Hello, everyone.
She'll be dancing for us from now on, so please give her your support.
Hinaya's taken her place on the stage! Oh, Paimon wonders how she'll look when she starts dancing.
Yeah, I'm wondering too.
When you stop and think about it, happy endings like this sure aren't easy to come by.
A lot of things came together to make it happen.
Nilou's efforts, everyone's wisdom, Inaya's determination.
Shara's mercy.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
I think he intentionally gave us a chance. It's true, he didn't have to agree to the debate, but he wanted to find out, you know, what everybody thought about everything as well, right?
You do have a point there. The whole demolition thing was going overboard, but he really could have banned Nilou and the others from dancing. If he really wanted to be ruthless, he could have done some real damage, even without winning the debate. Oh well, it's not like we can understand how people like him think. Let's focus on watching the performance.
Agreed. Enough of him for now.
Huh? Wait, look who the cat dragged in!
Oh.
Isn't that Inaya's father?
Let's go greet him. Wait. He doesn't really know us, does he? I mean, he knows us as like Inaya's friend and Nilou's friend at most.
It's you two. I don't have much to do today, so I just came to look around this place.
Are you looking for Inaya?
No, I am simply here to watch a performance. There is no need to trouble her.
Shouldn't you be busy?
Well, I was for a time. My loss at the debate caused quite the loss of face for the academia, so there was a period of unrest. I used this opportunity to suggest that my superiors temporarily suspend me from duty. Otherwise, the rumors would probably persist for even longer.
Suspended from duty?
Yes, I am temporarily unemployed. However, I now have an abundance of time, so I can afford to come here and watch a show. I admit that I do not understand the magic that this theater possesses, but my curiosity has been piqued. I still cannot forget that young lady's perseverance. Inaya would almost certainly mature in the presence of such a person.
Wow, so he pretty much kind of almost like sacrificed his career, his job, for his daughter. It's kind of touching, isn't it? For someone you thought was really cold. But he really does care. So you're still concerned about your daughter.
There are no parents who do not worry about their children. I suppose she managed to hit a weak spot of mine. Never mind. I do not have the right to say that.
You're already here, so you might as well go see her.
No, that is not necessary. I will take my leave after the show concludes. Do not tell her that I was here.
Come on. Who knows if you'll get a chance like this again?
But...
Huh? You said you were going to make peace with your past. Show your father how much you've grown. Don't be nervous. Everyone at Zubair Theater has your back. Hey, let's go somewhere else. We should give them some space.
You sure they'll be okay?
I don't know, but I think we should have faith in them.
Yes, Inaya. I have something for you. I'm still learning. It's hardly a masterpiece, but it's yours, if you'll take it. You don't have to take it. It's fine. Never mind.
Let's have a heart-to-heart, Father.
Like father, like daughter. They're both so awkward with their feelings.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. She probably would have snuck away as well if I didn't drag her back.
Do you think they'll be able to reconcile?
I'm not sure. A complete reconciliation may also not be the best thing for them right now. All those years of arguments and misunderstandings can't be settled overnight. It might be best if they continue to keep some distance for now. But no matter where their hearts and bodies may be, they will always be family. All I wish for them is to be able to one day tap into the warmth of that bond. Oh, by the way, everyone's really thankful to you for helping out with the debate. So, we made you a little something. Hope you'll like it.
Oh, mini theater?
Isn't this Zubair Theater? Whoa, this is amazing! It's so detailed and polished!
We've also never made anything this complicated before. Mr. Zubair and Mr. Kasani took charge of the design, while Inaya and I made all the little pieces with the help of others. Miss Reika or Miss Nadja made and assembled the centerpiece. As adventurers, you two will doubtlessly travel to many more lands and see many more things. That's why we hope that your time at Zubair Theater will become a fond memory of your journey. You two are welcome back anytime.
We'll come back and watch you dance whenever we get the chance.
Thank you for all for being so considerate. According to the custom, you should drop the formalities and just accept it, right?
You're welcome. And there's no need to be so polite. You learned fast.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, welcome to my stream. Somebody like you who's beloved or even on the moon.
Come on, take it. This is the story of you and me. It's a tale that I'll never, ever forget.
Yeah, I finally finished this quest after like not finishing it for a long time. It's been like stuck like midway. I'm finally glad to finish it, and yeah, it ended in a way that I didn't think it would end. Right? It was a really touching story. I feel like a lot of character stories I've done so far weren't as touching as this one was. This actually might be the most touching one. Just a reference, no worries. Yeah, I never heard that reference before. It definitely makes me wonder where it's from, though. But I know Nyaholo for sure. That, at least I heard that from Miko from Alive. I always thought of like using it myself, but it's just something I didn't really want to like take from her.
This is the best stall in the whole bazaar.
But it almost feels natural for someone like me who has a, you know, a cat theme to them. So I had thought about it. But if I was gonna do something, I kind of want something on my own. Heyo, your voice. Oh, sounds like you really like my voice. Yeah, I do get that quite a bit. Sometimes people just like talk to me just because of my voice. Some people come in here and kind of make similar comments. I always wondered like what people thought. Okay, this is the next day, so I could do a couple other things before I actually do end the stream. Riz? The voice Riz. This is the first time I heard of that. Yeah, people usually come to my stream and always like mention that my voice sounds really relaxing. They kind of started pivoting to, you know, kind of being really, really chill. But maybe that's just because my voice, that's something that comes naturally. But technically, yeah, I guess this is just natural to me. I'm just the type of person who doesn't really talk so much, but it doesn't mean that I don't like talking. I guess that's kind of the reason why I stream in the first place. It's not often that I get to talk. If anything, I'm just more used to listening to other people. I trained my voice to be like this? And commissions for the next day. I technically could wait and do them later. I usually don't do commissions on stream, but I tend to do it with other affinity members when they are able to. So maybe I'll wait. I'll wait on this. But what I can do is go ahead and spend my resin. That I probably can do. But where should I spend it? I normally kind of do the ginger and the Elemental Mastery artifacts, because I think everybody kind of needs that. Kind of new. Since I'm by myself, I might as well go work on my ice set or an Ayaka.
Snow that once adorned the world in silver.
And it's funny because this domain is actually kind of difficult for me, since I think it really helps if you had a good pyro team, but that's the one thing I don't have. I'm curious, did this team do well if I switch Yaka out with some other character? This will be a little test. It's, you know, I don't use Yai too much, so let's go ahead and try Yai.
Do without me.
We don't have a lot to do to kind of improve Yai, but this domain should be pretty easy, right? I hope so. This is the first time trying this team out like this. It's just these two enemies, so I can't imagine it being too difficult. Oh, I can't freeze them?
Come on out. Emerge, right here. Things are about to get dicey.
Missing one more character? Missing you.
I'm always watching. Right now.
Ouch.
Emerge.
That guy does hit hard, but he does get tired after doing all those crazy movements. Ouch. Okay, that hurt quite a bit. Ouch.
I see everything. Make yourselves a move.
Ouch.
This way. I'll settle this.
Calm down, please.
Gotcha. Game's up. Game's over. Right now. Right here.
Took quite a bit of damage from that. Didn't go as well as I was hoping it would.
Stand with me.
Yeah, let's go and grab this and try a different character. Maybe I should just do a different team. I just kind of experimenting right there. See how Hyper Bloom would work. Flower Life, I kind of... Oh, well, this is... I'm thinking in terms of the, like the Dendro and Elemental Mastery. It's been weird switching to other artifacts ever since I've been working on the other domains so much. But for Flower Life, 100 damage, I think this is decent, especially if I can get like crit rate on. I'll hold on to that one. I've been trying to like lower like, well, more like increase my criteria to see which artifacts to keep, because I feel like I keep too much artifacts.
Time to buy.
And I need to start letting go of some, but I'll have to take care of that later. I keep putting it off. But anyways, this is the team I normally use for this domain. You can see the big difference with this team versus the other one.
Off we go.
So it's not exactly ready.
Everybody stand. Illusion
Not quite ready yet.
Beg for mercy.
A bit more time.
One with nature.
Let's light it up.
Clouds high. The birds call.
That doesn't work as well unless Kazuo's ready from the beginning.
Shine down. I'm going in. Inazuma shines eternal.
I did things a little bit out of order, but I mean, still better than the last round. I make it look easy, right? Yeah, what I'm really looking for is technically any Blizz layer with more crit damage and crit rate would be nice. It's kind of the main goal, but I just need a really good sand, which is like the middle artifact, because I think that one's lacking the most crit out of everything for Ayaka. Yeah, I've been working on so many other artifacts that I just haven't gone back to this. So I feel like using it here doesn't hurt so much if I'm by myself. Yeah, ever since Inazuma came out, I've been working quite a bit on Album of Sword Fate for Raiden and other characters that needed it. That was a really good set when it came out. And now, since Samira came out, I've been working on Dendro and Elemental Mastery. And those are like kind of the two things that, you know, they're new, and almost all the new characters kind of on it. But yeah, okay. Yeah, slowly going back to some things that I kind of forgotten. So I can get Ayaka a little more stronger if I keep working on that for time. But anyways, it's very late, and I think I would call it a day here.
If we head to higher ground, we can do a full recon of enemy activity in the area.
Switch to my normal overlord team. Is there anything else I'm forgetting? Reputation reward, Samir. Oh, because I just finished Nilu's quest. I finished a bit more. Okay. Wait. Let me go visit very quick. I thought I already maxed out everything. Like Samiro City reputation stuff already. But maybe it's just a turn in, but I don't really need the points itself. Pretty sure that's it. Yeah, that was literally it. I'm gonna get anything from it really, but okay. I do like to park myself in Mondstadt usually, so I'm just gonna stick there. Just because it's just the crafting table is more easy for me to get to. In case I need to kind of burn down some resin, but I might not need to worry about that since it's pretty much empty at this point. And by the time I get on to play some more Genshin tomorrow, it shouldn't be full if it's empty now. But okay, yeah. So we're done with Genshin for today. Done with streaming today raw in general. Tomorrow, most likely I will not be streaming. I'm gonna be doing some experiments on a couple things, some streaming experiments. So you might see something happen on Saturday from my experiments if they go well. If not, then maybe I would do some like collabs in like Minecraft or something. But that's a maybe. It's quite a wild card depending on how things go tomorrow. On Sunday I will go ahead and stream some Genshin again. So finish probably the rest of the event and possibly more character story.
A blade embraces its
Because there are still plenty of character story for me to kind of cover, right? I did find it one after not doing one for so long. Well, not entirely true. I had to do one, I think. I forgot which one it was. I had to do one though. It was Nahida's. I had to do Nahida's to kind of complete one of the main Archon story stuff, or interlude. So I guess Nilu's would be the second ever since 3.5 came out. But yeah, I really do hope to eventually knock all these out. I won't be able to do it probably all of them completely, but I can at least probably do one more before 3.5 out. Because after like the Twitch streaming period, I like to kind of focus on other games until this Twitch event is back up, and then come back to Genshin when that does. But yeah, hopefully I can get one more out and then focus on R2 on the next update. So after doing Genshin on Sunday, be a wildcard Monday. But sounds like Tuesday I'll be doing Hollow Cure. And Wednesday, oh yeah, and then that might be the last time I do Hollow Cure for a long time until the next update, because the whole goal was to complete all the characters of Hollow Cure, right? And there's only 3 more characters left. It really depends how well I do though. and then it'll be Hogwarts Legacy. And then I think by then the stream event for Genshin will be over, so I'll be focusing quite a bit in Hogwarts Legacy since Hollow Cure is done. Hopefully by then. If not, it'll be just between those two for a while. But just because I'm streaming those live doesn't mean I won't be covering like any more Genshin stuff in between. There's still probably some demo reactions I will be doing and some more rolling, because Yaki is coming back and I'm really excited for that, especially with Mika, who is kind of a character I would say is a lot like myself, right? A big fan of Eula, and when it comes to like skills and stuff, I kind of imagine myself being really similar to him, being kind of almost like a jack of all trades. But yeah, we'll learn more about him when he comes out though. But yeah, I'll probably do a pull video on Ayaka and Mika. Hopefully I'm trying to get on C6, but yeah, we'll see when it happens. So yeah, that's all the stuff you guys can expect from me in the like near future. Big plans for other things in the long run, but that's something I'll unveil next time or way later. Again, it's very late, so I'm gonna head off. But for you guys who are still there, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. NoukonNeko signing out. Bye bye.